Today's lesson is going to be over how to evaluate exponential functions. So first off, we need to talk about what an exponential function is. An exponential function is a function that has a base that is a number. So b is going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. Could be a fraction, could be a decimal, could be positive, could be negative. But it's just going to be some number, and x is going to be your variable. Okay, so there's a couple stipulations that says where b is greater than 0. So it can be negative, but it's going to be like a negative 1 times b. So b is greater than 0, and b cannot equal 1. That's actually supposed to be a 1, because if you raise 1 to any number to the 1 raised to any number would just be 1. So that's not going to create an exponential. So here are a couple examples. Notice it's a base of 2 raised to an exponent that is a variable. Notice over here, the base is 1/2 raised to some variable. Okay? So let's look at how to evaluate. So if I was going to evaluate this, f of x equals 5 raised to the x, all you do is you plug 3 in there, and then you evaluate. 5 to the third is 5 times 5 times 5, which would be 125. Okay? G, if x equals 5, sometimes you might see this written as g to the 5th. Notice the x is replaced with a 5, so then this would become 1/3 raised to the 5th power. Well, I put it in parentheses because I need to take 1 and 3 to the 5th power, so this would become 1 over 243. You take 1 times 1 times 1 5 times, 3 multiplied 5 times, and you can use that with the calculator. You can do 3 caret symbol 5 in the calculator. If you want to see what that looks like with the calculator, you would turn it on and you would hit, fix this here real quick. So it would be, so if I turn the calculator on, you would do 3 raised to the 5th power, and you would hit enter, and you would get 243, and that's where I get that value from. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at what E is. E is a specific number. E is equivalent to 2.71828 ... There's a button on the calculator. So if you wanted to complete the table, what you're going to do is you're going to use the calculator. So if you look at the calculator, there's a button called LN. Hit second. LN, which is called the natural log. Notice when you do that, it says E, and then it makes a little exponent. If you have an old gray calculator, it'll just put the caret symbol, and then you just type in what x is. X is 1. Hit enter, and it's 2.71828. So 2.71. We're just going to put 2.71 here. Okay? Now we're going to go back to the calculator, and we're going to type in 4. So we're going to do second, LN, and then do 4. And then hit enter, and you get 54.59 or 54.6. So this would be 54.6. And then you do the same thing with the calculator again, this time with 5.5. So you do second, natural log, 5.5, and hit enter. And you'd get 244.69. 244.69. And then the last one would be 7. So you would hit second, natural log, 7, hit enter, and it's 1096.63. So 1096.63. And that's evaluating exponential functions. Then what you do is you can come down and graph those. Okay? So I have my table. I'm going to move this chart just a little bit. I'm going to move this line up just a little bit so we can see it here. So we'd have x and we'd have y. We have our x value of 1, and we'd have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. So we're going to graph those values. 1, 2.7. So we're just going to kind of estimate over here 2.7. 4 would be way up here at 54. 5 would be way up here at 250. And then 7 would be up there. And notice it's making a graph that looks something like that. And that is exponential graphs.